I'm Rashad, your boy Antonio, and we are the Western Bros, of course. We appreciate all the support. If you haven't found out yet, we're on at Hang with the Joneses, at Tony Franchise, at Hang with the Joneses on IG. This was the final episode of season one, House of the Dragon. This episode ended in particular Game of Thrones fashion. When I mean this season was a throwback to early Game of Thrones on TV because ain't nobody read no books. It was definitely it. I felt all the vibes, man. So
Yeah.
Tony, wasn't in the episode? I forgot.
The Black Queen.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Initial impressions.
I think it's like a post I started last night on social media, and I think I text you the same thing. The Dance of the Dragons has started.
Yes.
I mean, that's really all it's. The Dance of the Dragons has started. That's my initial impression, really. It's next season, and from this point forward, it's real.
Yeah. This is about to be a bloodbath. And I just want to say, like, speaking of bloodbaths, this episode once again gives us, trigger warning, y'all. You know what I'm saying? For anybody who's had a birth stillborn, miscarriage, like it's just like
or currently pregnant.
HBO does not care about your feelings.
No.
Whatsoever. Because not only do we see a birth, Tony, we see a stillbirth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The entire thing. And it is
gruesome.
Shocking.
It is shockingly when it happened. I text you right in the middle of the show and was like, ugh. Oh my God. Ugh. And then the next thing I did was I said a quick prayer because I have a friend right now. Her name is Sandy. She's a fan of the show.
Shout out
Sandy. What's up, Sandy? Me and Sandy known each other since we were kids or whatever. She's currently pregnant right now. And like we had a conversation about this from the first episode when Ama, when the rest of her, they butchered Ama to try to get this baby out. And I just said a quick prayer for her. And then like I hit her up after the show, was like, yo, I thought about you. And like I pray for you and know that you like not traumatized. She was like, yo, HBO is doing everything in their power to mess with the like, yo, like it was.
Bro,
it's like, I'm gonna give you a direct quote from a homegirl, Sandy. It's like praying on my biggest anxiety. Childbirth is risky as hell when you aren't Black, and then she's in her 40s as well. So
it's of course there's some higher risk there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So obviously you have a successful pregnancy, healthy child, and all that good stuff. But like HBO was like, nah, we about to legitimately be out here showing y'all the realest of the real. And the funny thing about this episode too, man, Tony, R.I.P. Luke, yo, like.
So we just gonna get into it.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk, yo, because I want to talk about how they set us up the entire episode that this boy was gonna die. Right. And it made me so sad. From the time we saw him to Jace was just clobbering him when they were sparring, to when they told him, he's like, hey, you're gonna get your phone. He was like, man, I still don't want it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It should have been Vaymans. It should have been Uncle Vaymans. You know what I'm saying?
He's like his great nephew. John. I don't want it. Jon Snow, Aegon Snow Targaryen. He's like, yeah, I don't want it.
Between that, also between when they said, hey, we gonna split y'all up, y'all go ahead and go to the houses individually.
Yeah.
Then so I'm not sure if you saw, but there's a small scene where she's holding his hand and she's like caressing her hand with his thumb. Mm-hmm. Then she grabs it, then gives him the letter.
Yeah.
As he's going, it's a thunderstorm. You know what I'm saying? Like, how ominous is that? Beware the Ides of March. For my English people out there.
Yeah.
And then okay.
Let's talk about this
Tony. He parks his little dragon, right? Your boy looks up to his left and sees Vhagar in the shadows.
Let's talk about that. Vhagar is bigger than Storm's End, yo. He's bigger
Yo,
than the biggest tower. It's
yo,
yo,
that Vagar was so he's Vagar like stood up like
and the thing is,
mm.
he parked little Arax down, like yeah, and all of a sudden he heard, and he turned and looked. Yo, do you know how quick I would have been? Like, hey ma, it's a rap, Jack. Like, you told me to be an emissary, to just be a messenger. That's listen, it won't go
Yo,
in well.
I would
Unc,
have I would have
crazy Unc is
I would
there.
have threw that letter at one of them guards.
Yeah,
I'm like,
hey, go get this,
yeah,
go get, yeah, go
yeah.
get this to your lord. Let's go, y'all, mule, y'all. Man, yo, like when they like, and here's the craziest part even more. The Black Dread, Balerion was bigger than that.
I don't even understand on a scale. Okay, so let's just get to the
Uh,
entire time that Rainier is talking to him, even when it's set up, like he's always been like the one that she like that he cared about. She cared about the most. It was
yeah,
always the most affectionate. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Always have like a child that's more affectionate, one that's more forthright, more that's sarcastic. But
right.
your boy Luke has always been very just a
Sensitive.
my sweet boy.
Yeah.
Like when she said that to him, I was like, man, they're gonna kill this bastard.
And the thing is, like, seeing stuff based in the book, I knew this is going to happen, but I was hearing that, hey, some things might have changed. They might not do it. Wrong, wrong. Listen. So let's just set that whole scene up. I know we're jumping to the end
It don't
here.
even matter. This is
It don't even
like this
matter.
was basically to me, like this was the episode to me.
Yeah. So like, he first of all he pulls up and he sees this gargantuan Vagar just sit like, yo, I don't think people understood how big Vagar was until you saw Storm's End is one of the largest castles in Westeros. And this motherfucker was almost as big as the castle. So yeah, Vagar's a girl, by the way. She was almost big as castle. So then they walk him in to the Hall of Storm's End. And who does he see first off the bat? Uncle Aemon, heir
Heyman,
apparent to Winter Sylvester, the the Minister of Westeros, the heir apparent.
yo, okay, Tony, is it me?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Keep on going. My bad. I didn't mean to
No,
cut you off. Keep on
no,
going. Keep on going.
so
I got something for you. Just give me a
okay,
second. Keep on going.
so he doesn't even say nothing. He's just looking at him with his one eye, and then he goes to the Boris Baratheon, who's
Hey,
the son.
Baratheons are always jerks, yo.
Yo, so he's the son of the dude from the first episode that was like, "Can I get your honor, the queen that never was?" And he was also the one that was the he's the son of the guy when Rhaenyra was looking for her husband. They had the
Yeah,
guys come in for that.
yeah.
First of all, how are you a high lord? Because the Baratheons are one of the great houses of Westeros, and you illiterate, bro.
He was like, man, what's the mix there, man? Come read this
They
to me.
put in the letter. Lucerys said, he was like, he had to look like, he expect me to read. Where's the maester at? You illiterate.
Yo, you illiterate.
And then the dude had to whisper it in his ear and tell us, and then he starts talking all this mad trash. Y'all want me to do this? We're not some dogs to be summoned. And Aemon just sitting there smiling. And then like Lucerys like, all right, that cool. I see what this is.
He said, hey, you know you gonna marry one of these girls? I said, hey man, I'm already betrothed. I got my girl.
I got my boo thing already, man. Cool.
Now she black with white
dreads,
locks.
man. Right locks, baby.
Don't get much better than that.
Right. What he could have said was, well, if they want to wait for my little brother, because little Joffrey is still like little whatever. But no, so Lucerys is like, bet I'm taking this L here, going back home. Wait a minute, nephew. I said, oh my God.
I said,
here we go.
Right here, yo.
This dude just basically says, hey, you want to leave here? You got to give me your eye. You owe me an eye. And then he lifts up his patch and he has like a topaz stone in his eye socket. It looked beautiful, by the way.
It was like purple, right?
Yeah. It was blue, purple, whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever. And I was just like, yo, this dude is wild. And then he says, cut it out yourself, and throws a knife down to his feet. And Lucerys is like,
I'm
Hey
not doing
man,
this. I'm not doing this.
hey man, look, I'm not here as a warrior. I'm here as a messenger. And then he taunts him and calls him a craven. That's basically the equivalent of calling him an itch or whatever in that time period. And then he's about to roll up on him, and then Baratheon is like, "Hey man, not in my house,
Not in the hall,
not in the
guys.
hall, baby. Not gonna do this in my house, whatever, man. No, y'all take this
Take that
outside."
outside.
Lucerys is like, "Bet." He dipped, and he
He's
was
like,
hard.
yo, he said,
He said, "I
hey,
ain't got. Look, I
listen.
know I can't beat this dude. I'm
What's the name
out."
what's the name of his dragon again?
Aurochs, yeah.
He said,
He was talking about,
hey, Aurochs. Hey,
fly swiftly.
we need to get out of here.
But he was
ASAP.
like, and I understood some of the Valerian words that I picked up. He was like, "Lakiri," that was stay calm. Like, hey, Lakiri, be calm. Lakiri, be calm. Hey, hey, yo, we got to get out of here.
It's about to be so real, yo.
We got to get out of here ASAP, bro. Let's go. So the next thing you know, he happens to look over, and Vhagar is gone. And here's the thing: it ain't like, oh, what happened to Vhagar? No, you know when Vhagar ain't dead because you saw the sheer mass of him. He's flying away, and here comes Aemon. Just riding that storm like hell.
I swear, yo, daggone Vhagar. Vhagar is essentially a flying black Air Force One.
Yes. Vhagar should be like Caraxes.
Oh my god!
Damon's, and he's probably Caraxes is pretty raw, but no, Vhagar is really the black Air Force One that Daemon needs to be. Yo, so they have their little. So it's like Aemon is not really trying to kill him. He's just messing with him.
Yeah, he wants to. He's basically just being he's doing what Aemon does, being a jerk.
Yeah, he's being a jerk.
Yeah, I'm gonna punk my nephew. You know what I'm saying? And it was, the part I liked about it, like it was cool because like we low key had like a almost like a Star Warsian type trench run, because he does like how the Millennium Falcon would do, go like a smaller. And
and he was just laughing the whole time while he was
Tony.
He was having so much fun.
Tony, when the thing that your boy did wrong was when he flew up over the storm. That was when he messed up, because I was like, oh man, I said he about to die. And then you see him fly up, he's looking around, don't see him, and then Vhagar is over him, and it's like, I gotta give you, I gotta show it.
A comparison.
It's like, this is Vhagar.
Vhagar, right?
And this
is right. That's like the closest size comparison. Like, help, Jesus, help!
Oh God, no!
Help, no! And he's trying
help me!
Help me! And he's like, fly! He's like, fly, please, Jesus, fly! 7-pointed God, fly! And he's trying to get away.
Oh,
and basically Aemon is just screwing with him the whole time. And then what happens is dragons, they get, they have the instinct of their, their rider. And Aurochs, I think, felt that Lucerys was horrified. So he was like, hey man, I gotta help my boy out. And he basically spits a fireball in Vhagar's face. And Vhagar, and like you hear like you hear like Aemon trying to control Vhagar, like, yo, chill, like chill a little bit. No, Vhagar was like, yo, this dude just spit a fireball in my face. I'm gonna show Youngin. I'm gonna give Youngin some act right.
I got you, little boy. I got you.
Right, I got you, little boy. He was like, I'm about to give you some act right. And then next thing you know, he fly even higher above the storm, and he's at the break of dawn, and it's like so beautiful and celestial. And then all of a sudden, the jaws of death just came, and he was just like, ah! And you hear Aemon like, no! And like afterwards, you see Aemon's face like, yo, I think I effed up. He was like, dude, I was just he was like, Vhagar, man, I was just kind of like trying to F with the dude.
Like, fam, why you do that?
Right, why you? And here's the thing, like he had to show the sheer mass and size of Vhagar. He bits this dragon into like 3 different pieces. Dead. And I was just like, Yo, like,
He just was like pieces falling out of the sky, and
yeah,
and the revelation that they don't have no control over these dragons,
right.
and also the fact that like Viserys said before, said, yo, we should never trifle with this in the first place.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah,
it all comes back around
yeah.
because they it's almost how I don't even know if I have a real world parallel to that. Oh yeah, I do. It's like when somebody gets like a lion or something, or like
Siegfried and Roy. I'll just say that.
or like not even that. I even go even lower, like an orangutan as a pet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they can be cool for the longest, and then something that happened, and they would just maul your face off.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying? Because you
about 10 years ago, that lady who had a pet orangutan, that thing snapped and like basically ripped her face off and stuff
because you
like
know
that.
because these things supposed to be wild, and
Yeah.
they should have stayed wild. You know what I'm saying? So like, all right.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Luke, man. Like we knew you wasn't long for this world, but we didn't know you was gonna go
And
out like that.
but the thing is, when you saw Damon give Rhaenyra the news, the look that she had on her face was reminiscent of Dany, Daenerys from
Mm-hmm.
Game of Thrones,
Mm-hmm.
when the bells were ringing and she was like, F those bells. Let me tell you something. This Dance of Dragons, it's about to be so many war crimes.
Oh
This
yeah.
about to happen.
It's
It's going
about
to
to
be
be
so many.
atrocities are us.
Right. Like, yeah. So, RIP to Luke, you know, sending out blessings to Rhaenyra and also his betrothed, Bella. Man,
Yeah. Yeah,
she gonna probably
they
be
gonna be
hurt.
mad, yo. It's
Yeah,
gonna
because you
like
gotta remember those girls were so excited and happy that
yeah,
they were
they
going to
I
marry them.
mean,
They were genuinely
they
happy.
love their cousin.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right,
So
yo. So rounding back to the front, man. We see
ooh,
yeah, we see, Team Black, and they said, hey, this look, oh yeah, my bad. Rhaenys comes through, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
shows up and says, look, yo, your pops died,
Pop's
Aegon's
dead.
king, and I don't know what to tell you. They coming for you and yours, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then this is like the beginning of her premature
Miscarriage.
labor, you know what I'm
Premature labor,
saying?
yeah.
So and then
Also,
Damon, oh my bad, go ahead.
also, I think you probably get ready to say it. Damon asks the question that everyone asked from the end of last episode, where he sat there and said, so, he said, so they killed your cousin and they stole the throne from Rhaenyra and you didn't burn him alive? And and you know what? Grand scheme of things, I understand Rainey. She was like, listen, I knew this was going to be a war, but this ain't my war to fight, and I'm not about to be the first one to strike, you know what I'm saying, the first
Yeah,
blow in that war, because she's still acting as the lady of Driftmark. She's not the lord or she's not the real lord of Drift, because that's still her father, still her to her husband,
yeah,
Corlys.
coolest. Who's
And
alive? You know
who's
what I'm saying?
alive, and you also see that throughout the episode when Rhaenyra is finally crowned the queen, saying on Dragonstone, everyone is kneeling her head. Rhaenys is not doing nothing yet. And I mean, that's basically during that time period, being a good wife. She was like, hey, it's up to whatever my husband, whatever my husband say or
Yeah,
whatnot. So yeah, so once they find out this is going on, premature birth is starting to kick in, and they're having basically a war council while she's like in the next room hollering and
screaming out of her
screaming,
mind.
cussing out those septons and all
Yeah,
those people to help her out, man. And that was like a rough scene. And then on top of that, she knew that Damon is a loose cannon. So she told Rhaenys, hey, go get my boys. And so she gets there and she brings Jacaerys, who's basically her heir.
yeah,
And she tells Jacaerys, like, hey, from this point forward, you are my heir for everything. Nothing goes without me saying so. David is in the war council, like, hey, fortify this. We send the Ravens out. We doing this. We doing that. Yeah. We about like David is like in full blown Black Air Force energy mode. Like, oh, they gonna take my woman crown. Bet we about to, so he's ready to get busy. And she even told Jacaerys he's like he's not using his head right there. He's just going overboard. And so Jacarius had to go out there and basically be like, hey, settle down, man. Like my
Yeah.
mom said, and at first it looked like David was going to be like, get out of here, little boy. But he was like, hey, you heard what I said. And he kind of was like, okay,
All right.
bet. All right, cool. It is what it is.
Let's come outside and let me show you real loyalty. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Talks to the two Sir Knights
Kings,
there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Was like, look, y'all, I know y'all been loyal. Appreciate you, fam, for being loyal
Appreciate
to
your
us.
loyalty.
However, if I found out y'all not loyal,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, matter of fact, if you're not loyal, just let me know now and I'm gonna burn y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just get out of the way. But if you are not loyal and you don't tell me, you're gonna die a slow, painful death. And I was like, dang. It's like, so
and you
so
ain't even see them be like, yeah, basically you understood. They were like, yeah, bet you got it, bro.
Oh yeah, we good.
All hell, Queen Rhaenyra.
Yeah, and our people down too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah,
no
bet.
stress.
You know, no, you know what I'm saying? No stress.
No stress on that.
After we see that gruesome, birthing scene, still birthing scene, everything. Something that you see where Rhaenyra is basically usually the Silent Sisters are the ones who prepare dead bodies.
She did this on herself.
Did it herself. And the Silent Sisters, they the ones that cleaned up Daemon when he got his head hacked off by saying Daemon and everything.
So they joined back together.
They were sewing them back together and everything. But yeah, she did that herself. I think she wanted that pain to be like, yo, all this stress from them basically caused me to go into premature labor. And then next thing you know, they're doing the Targaryen funeral pyre for the baby, and the rest of the family is out there. My man, Sir Eric.
Eric with an E, right?
Eric with the E, yes. Eric with the
sure.
E.
Yeah.
He comes through, and they pull the blades out first, like, yo, we know where you was at, bro. We know that you was the sworn sword to Aegon, the King Aegon. And he was like, nah, Aegon's no king of mine, yo. He was like, I'm here to serve the rightful ruler, the queen. And he whips out her father's crown.
I was like, oh, that's great.
Which is so dope. They take it and they crown her, they crown her in front of everyone on Dragonstone. And he joins the Queen's Guard now with that. And then you see what I did. They never show in the original series, but I like it. The light bright table, the map of Westeros, how they lit it up with the cat. I thought that was so dope.
Yeah, I was like, oh awesome. Man, I said, somebody put the stones in it. Oh, it's the light, Shaw. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
So you had that going on, and they were discussing what to do. And of course, one of my favorite things in Game of Thrones is the Game of Thrones chess pieces. That they always, it's like they have a chess piece for every house and everything.
Here. Can we get them?
Right.
Are they gonna be cool? Can we get River Run?
And then you see how she's being very slow to she's processing. She's being a ruler. She's like, I need to figure out how to do this to put my ducks in a row, so I will have, do this the less violent way possible, get people to my claim. And David is like, yeah, whatever, we got this. We can fortify this island. We can fortify Dragonstone or whatever. We need to get some more people. And the next thing you know, we have some ships coming in with the green dragon as the sails. David's like, let's go. He grabs Dark Sister. Let's go. And they go on that little, and it's like a callback to when
Episode 2.
And the thing is, if you watch that episode, David is like a lion in a cage. He is
he's pacing.
Yes. He can't wait. He's just pacing.
He's like,
back
oh,
I'm gonna finally get to kill Otto.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
He said, ooh, I'm gonna hack his head off. And he's just pacing back and forth. And then he's sitting there looking. And then Otto's like, where's the princess Rhaenyra? And Rhaenyra does what she does best on that little walkway. Make her grand entrance.
Made an entrance, baby.
Came through, walked through them and everything. Sat there. And Otto, with his whole blah, 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 the king, Aegon offers you this. And David is not having none of it, at all. He's like, yo, what the F is this going on? And he's just like, so pissed off. And then he was like, she wants an answer. And he was like, How about we give you an answer now? He pulled out his blade, answer now. We stuff that piece of paper in your mouth along with your withered cock and send it back to you. I said, we said we could end this mother's farce. Damon is the menace of Westeros, Black Air Force energy persona. I ain't talking about low tops. He mid tops, Black Air Force energy. That dude is go time. He could be
Strapped
on my
up.
team any day, yo, for real.
Full straps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Tied to the
full
top.
strapped up, tied to the top, man. And he's just like, and then he just pulled the blade and he's like, Sir Eric, bring me Otto Hightower so I have the pleasure of cutting him down. Yo, he wanted to kill that man so bad. Also, I love during that scene the juxtaposition between Eric and Arik.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just, you see they're eyeballing each other the whole time. Like
Yeah.
Arik is like, really fam, bro. You with them, and Eric
Yeah,
is like, hey
it's
man.
very much like the Hound in the Mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Giving them vibes, yo. Some brothers on opposite sides. Yo, so they end up, Rainier's like, nah, I give you an answer tomorrow. Yeah. And they go back into the hall, tries out some more, and Damon still pissy hot. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he's not with the games. He's like, she was like, we need to be. He's like, yo, they stole your crown. They did. What are you gonna do about it, yo? She was like, what you gonna do?
Everybody out.
Like, yeah. Like when she did that, I said, oh, she about to like check this. Like I think it would have been more powerful if she would have checked him in front of everybody. Like, I think you are the king. This is.
And then like this next scene is like, it's very, I don't know. Like I had some, it's just like the whole vibe is weird. So we see Damon and Rainier are having this conversation and talking about like, yo, like you need to, Damon is all, you need to do this and that. And Rainier's like, nah, yo, like I need to make sure I do this thing the right way and do it correctly.
We need to keep the kingdom together.
Yeah. Like I can't, it said I'm supposed to be holding the kingdom, not tearing it apart.
Right. And then she also said a line too that's very similar to what Danny. I don't want to be the ruler over ash and bones.
Yes.
And Danny said something similar. I don't want to be the queen of ashes when she was going to invade Westeros or whatever.
Definitely. So and then he just kind of like, he just straight up just chokes her.
No, you know why he choked her? She brings up the prophecy of Aegon that Viserys told her about, and the thing is, she know about it. She thought maybe he knew about it because he was the heir to the point. And he like choked her. I think bringing up her brother name and stuff. His brother name.
Yeah,
he choked her. Was like that.
And then we're not gonna basically be out here on like portents and prophecies that ruined Viserys.
And then, I don't want that to ruin you. And then she sat there and said, "Oh, you don't know. You have no idea what I'm talking about." So I think that was what that was. Because Damon is a guy of action, not saying it's right. And he just thought like, hey man, get out of here with this prophesizing stuff. Let's go cut these bofos down.
Yeah, it just was like, I don't know, that kind of that took me out of it just a tad, because it just was so for me, it was just wasn't as characteristic in regards to how he always treated her.
Affectionate, right? Because he was always very affectionate.
Yeah, so that part was like, we also, I'm guessing it could be some foreshadowing just how unhinged that Damon's gonna be when this war starts.
I'm telling you right
and
now,
that
bro,
and that and that leads us to, I think, is my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes in the entire season.
Okay,
and that's when he goes, like you see him goes down to the pit. He has the light. You know what I'm saying? He's singing that Valerian song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like, what dragon is he about to go look
for?
Yes. And like, and because like I'm like, hold on, yo. Everyone got 2 dragons? Like, this is crazy. And like, and hold on, before you explain to the people what this dragon is, because I don't know.
Okay.
The lighting and the sound design of this shot is immaculate. So the way he comes out of here, he drops the flame. So the only thing is moving at him. And then what's the name of the dragon?
Vermithor.
straight up screams and then lets that like rainbow of a flame, right?
Yeah.
Flame ends, close up on Damon's face, flame dissipates, and then you see this shadow again. Oh, beautiful, yo.
Yeah. So earlier in the episode, you saw him say, well, we have the dragon power. We have the most dragons. He named all the dragons they had. Be mindful, next couple of seasons, the 3 wild dragons. Let me explain something to you. 2 of them, one of them is not really going to be important to this. 2 of them kind of are. Just remember the names. These wild dragon names are Sheep Stealer and the Cannibal. That's all I'm going to say. The Cannibal is a problem. And these are dragons.
Just by name, we know it's going to be a problem. You ain't got to say no more.
They've never been tamed. That's all I'm going to say. And the Cannibal is like almost 170, 80 years old. Okay.
You ain't got to say less.
The dragon that Damon was singing the Valerian tune to, that was Vermithor. Vermithor has not been ridden since the great king Jaehaerys Targaryen. That was his dragon. Vermithor is the next largest dragon after Vhagar. Vermithor is a problem as well. I'm just letting y'all know that.
I mean, just by
Vermithor and how if they do it, how they do it in the books, Vermithor is going to be very pivotal in this dance of the dragon battle, man. But
probably because they've they kind of hinted towards that dragon the entire time because that's the dragon that's on the promo materials anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, where have I seen this dragon? Oh yeah, in the promotional stuff.
Yeah.
And they just break it out in the last episode. Yeah. Is there anything else in this episode? I think we talked about everything.
I think we really talked about the sea snake.
Oh yeah. My homie, Corliss is here. You know
Corliss is like, Corliss made his grand entrance. Play my music. He came down with his cane.
Here I go.
Oh, don't stop. Boom. He came down the steps with his cane and everything. And then even before that, when he was in the bed and he was like talking, he made a little joke with Rhaenys. He's like, I have whipped people for falling asleep on their posts. And she looked at him like, really? I ain't seen you in 6 years, bro. I needed you. And then she
really wanted to say N-word, please.
Yeah, she right. She didn't want to say N-word, please. I can't. You're my husband. So she was like, look, man, you left me for 6 years and this and that. And he was set on, look, you're right. We shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have been so pushing. Cool. But now Rhaenys is like, nah, we got to get up in this type thing. And he basically comes down to the meeting.
Hold on. Before you get to that, like also the fact that he admitted that he was essentially blinded by his ambition.
Yeah. And that's the same thing he said. He said that's the thing that's Valerion's happened because when she told her that Vaemond is dead, and she was like, and she said, and when she told him how he died, he was like, us Valerians are always, our ambition, always try to get to is our downfall. So he basically tells Rhaenyra that the Valerians are Team Black and the Valerian fleet is theirs. And on top of that, he said that he really conquered the Stepstones this time and they have a post there. So he says anything in the narrow sea is not getting through unless it's through us. We got it.
Yeah, so they got some, some real strategy going on. Again, awesome first season. We'll end up probably doing a season recap next week because there's just still so much stuff to talk about. But MVP. Who's your MVP?
Vhagar.
For the first time.
For the first time ever.
A
dragon is the MVP. Vhagar. Yo, Vhagar was like Michael Jordan in Last Dance. He spit a fireball in my face, so I took it personally. That's what he did, for real. So Vhagar's my MVP.
That's a good one.
What you got for our quote of the day, man? I mean, quote of the week.
All right, yo. So I gotta find it, man. This is from this is from on the Black Side of Allies in King's Landing. When we talking about all those yellow open the doors, right? And this is from what's the name of this app? This is from TikTok. And my man Jay, he's not for play. This dude said, "Yeah, I thought they were yelling." No, he said, "I thought they were holding the doors."
Oh, oh, oh. Thank you, Jay, for playing. Rest in peace. Shout out to my man Hodor. AKA real. You gonna get your real name on this. Wallace. Shout out to Wallace, AKA Hodor.
Hey man, all the Wallaces be dying, yo. Like Wallace
right. Wallace for the wire. Wallace for
it always goes back to the wire.
Goes back to the wire. Hold the door.
Oh, yo, when he said that and I realized it, I was like, no.
Listen, shows and stuff don't really get me emotional. I was like, this when that happened. I was like, oh my God. I said, I think I feel a thug tear. Get ready to come down, man.
Did they really just time travel me into some sadness?
Yes, they did.
Oh man, that was so good. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Jason. But yo. That's it for this episode, man. Did you get caught up on Andor?
Yes, I'm caught up on Andor.
Cool. So we back Wednesday.
We back Wednesday. A little recovery last week and everything.
We back Wednesday with an Andor together. We're gonna figure out a name for these other shows too.
Are we gonna do a recap of Power Ring?
We can.
We can. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Talk about it. It was spicy.
Shoot from the hip. But yo, that's really that's all we got, man. And if you still been here, like I used to say a long time ago, we used to hang with the Jones and Keisha. If you've been here this long, you the MVP. Make sure that you subscribe. You know what I'm saying, to all the things. Yeah. Hit up at 20 franchise and all the stuff too. And we
just appreciate y'all, man. We just two dudes who like known each other for 20 plus years there, and we just like this show, and we just said, hey man, let's start doing this or whatever. So
did you say it first, or did I ask you?
I don't know, man. I think it was a thing we was like, hey, maybe we should do this. I think it was just a joint conversation.
Very, very, very mutual. Man. We'll catch you guys next time though. We appreciate you guys.
Peace.